Happy actual Friday. It's 8:21. I don't usually get on here in the morning, but I am actually working from home this morning just for the first 2 hours. I have an academic committee meeting, and it starts in a little bit. And my staff is having a professional development day today, and I get to this afternoon teach my I Decide method for decision making, which is amazing. I've been looking at some of the requests that people have about what they'd want me to cover, and one of the modules that I cover and I dive deeply with my coaching cohort is time management. I call it it's engaging organizational strategies. So I'm going to do a really quick hit and run. Hey Bishop, I'm going to do a quick hit and run this morning in the next 5 minutes on some things that you can do to keep yourself organized and get everything done that you can. The first thing you have to understand is not everything is going to get done every day. It's just not going to happen. There's always enough work to do. There's always more than enough work to do. So what you have to do is determine what you need to do. So I create a task list. I do it on Google, however you could do, I keep it on a document and I put in what I'm working on and when it's due. Now, if that responsibility is solely mine, then I just kind of put a due date on it. If it's a responsibility in which I have to get feedback from other people, then I do some backward mapping. So for instance, today I'm meeting with our academic committee of the board, and we're going over our benchmark 1 for our renewal, which is academic performance, which is due on October 14th, next Wednesday, which it has to be voted on by the board, and then I have to submit it. So I backward mapped, and I said, if it has to be finished, all ready to be submitted by the 14th, I need the academic committee to look at that. I need them to look at it at their meeting. So I said, okay, then when's their meeting? Okay, their meeting is Friday, the 9th of October. So then, knowing that the meeting was Friday, October, I needed to make sure that I had it finished last week so that my team could look at it and 2 consultants could look at it that we're working with on a renewal. So by the time that I sent it to the board on Tuesday, it was done. It was in the most done state it could be. And it's not due next Wednesday. So I was finished a week early. It gives time to catch any mistakes that might be made that we might look at today, or ways to really improve it. And that's really the technique that I use. The other thing that I do is in my meetings with my leaders, each week I have standing meetings with my executive team. I create an agenda that we follow every week. And then on the right side of the agenda, so the left side is the date, the middle is like our standing agenda items, and on the right it's called follow-up or next steps. And there we actually type in who's going to do what and by what date. So it might say DMC to do whatever, or Mrs. So-and-so to do whatever, and then that's our running document. So if I need to think like, okay, when was Dr. So-and-so going to get this done, I can open that up and say, okay, well, she aimed to get it done by tomorrow, so tomorrow I'll check in with her. When you're the leader of an organization, whether you're the principal, your assistant principal, you're a director, or department chair, you're managing a lot of people and you're managing a lot of things, so you really need to be organized. So the other thing is prioritizing. I don't know if I already said that, but what needs to be done? Like if this is not done, we have a serious issue. Prioritize those things so you know on your task list when those things have to do. And finally, distributive leadership. What can other people do with you or for you to help you get it done? Our literacy specialist has been working virtually. She's doing a wonderful job. But I asked her if she had an hour, and she was like, yeah, of course I can make an hour. She didn't have any meetings. So I asked her to look at a very specific part of the application that I was just getting saturated with. So she went in, looked at it, asked me a couple questions. I answered her questions, and then she fixed what I had written because it just didn't read right. So really counting on your team, distributive leadership. So the first thing is figuring out what needs to be done and when. Let's start with prioritizing what needs to be done and when. The second thing is backward mapping those tasks. So you're not at the last minute saying, holy cow, this is due tomorrow and I'm not finished with it. Like maybe some of us did in college, but we can't do that in our world today. The third thing is, once you backward map, is give some of the tasks away if you have to. So if this is something that you need your principal's feedback on or your instructional coaches, make sure that you are getting it to them in time to get it back to you. And distributive leadership. I think I just said that. I'm not really sure. But so those are really how you get more done in a day. But also remembering that you're not going to get everything done. I often write a list of like 10 things in the morning that I want to get done. And if I can get most of them checked off, I feel it's been a good day. If I can only get one thing checked off, but that one thing was done well, then that's a good day too. So I am a list person. They don't work for everybody. They work for me, where I like to check things off my list. It makes me feel better. It also helps keep me organized. So that might be another technique for you. And another little technique that I use is my Google Calendar. Make sure you put things in your Google Calendar. Make sure that you're putting deadlines on the Google Calendar. If you need to be somewhere at 2 o'clock, put it in for 1:30. Give yourself time to get there. If something is due on a Friday, on Wednesday, put it in there. Reminder, due on Friday. So whatever little things that you can do to make sure that you are organized and getting things done, just do it. What do you use? Drop some tips down below for us to tell us what you use. And I gotta run. My meeting's about to start. I'll see you soon.